This last week, I went to a garage sale and I spent $900 on a room full of plush. And while I could see some of the items that were on the top of the bins and some of what is in these clear bins, if you notice back here, most of it is still a complete mystery to me. And so today we are going to jump in. I've got my daughter here with me, and we are going to go through a tote or two and maybe a bag to see if we can find anything that's amazing to resell on eBay or Mercari. So because we bought so much stuff, we decided to store it all at our rental property because it happens to have a completely empty garage. And so we just decided we are just gonna start at the very front and take on the first bag that's up here, which happens to be this bag right here that looks like it's full of Beanie Babies. And I know a lot of people are like, no, no Beanie Babies. But like I said in the previous video, if you haven't seen the previous video that goes over the whole experience of where we found this stuff, be sure and go and check it out. I'll put a link up here for you. But yeah, we've had success with some Beanie Babies in the past. We've had some that have sold for, I don't know, $10, $15 probably. It's not amazing money, but we're kind of thinking at this point, because there's probably at least 5,000 items that we bought, that things are probably going to only cost maybe 25 to 50 cents. So I don't know, we may have to lot things up. But another problem that we're running into is that there was a little bit of a smell at their house, and so some of the stuff smells a little bit musty, and so we've got to figure out how to deal with the smell, which is going to be a lot harder on new with tag items and anything that's like electronic, because you can't throw those things in the wash. But everything else I'm planning on just throwing in the wash to make sure that there is no smell. But yeah, it just kind of smells like it's been sitting in like your grandma's basement in your house or something, you know, like just a little bit old and musty. So this is actually not even a Beanie Baby. This is called Holy Bears Celebration Series 1999 Miracle. So I don't know, maybe this one might be worth something. So there's actually two of these guys, and on eBay there's probably 7 or 8 of these available, and they're only selling for like, I don't know, $9. There's one that has sold, and it was from the UK. But the ones in the US don't seem to be selling, so I don't even know if we're going to hold on to these. We may just give these to Goodwill. Anyway, yeah, so these are not all Beanie Babies like Thai Beanie Babies. They're kind of different. This one's full of beans. I mean, it does have its tag on it. Limited Treasures Bear. A lot of these I just have never even heard of, but they're all obviously the same size as Beanie Babies. I guess there's 5 of this bear. So we just looked this up. It looks like they're listed for $8 to $10, but there are no solds, so another strikeout. Got a couple of these Making Strides, the American Cancer Society. They've got the little breast cancer ribbon on them. A couple of Limited Treasures Holiday Edition bears. Looks like they're from 1999. We've got a second one of these full of beans zebras. A 98 Limited Treasures bear with a Santa hat. This one has comparables at 10, but there are no solds. So again, another strikeout. I have a feeling this is going to be kind of how this bag is going to go. We got a Planet Plush Apple Bear. It says the New York Bear. This one is also vintage, and it's 1998. Just with this size of toy, there rarely is any that are going to be $15, $20, which is kind of what we're aiming for, to make it worth our while to list these on eBay, because it does take a lot of time to prep these and list them and put them away and bring them out. So you really need to have at least a $10 or $15 profit margin in there. We've got Bears Pie Precise. This one's a little praying bear. I think what we're going to do is look these up, and if there's any that are worth 15 or 20, then we'll let you know. If not, we're just going to show you what's in here. Another full of beans, orange guy. Limited Treasures. The good news is that these are similar brands. So we've had a few Limited Treasures, so that's going to make it easier to lot them up. This one's Limited Treasures, but it says test issue on the tag, which is kind of interesting. Like maybe this was one that they were just testing and they didn't actually sell. I don't know if you can see that on there, but he doesn't have a tag on him. Got a March of Dimes. I don't even know what this is. Platypus, maybe? Some funky glasses. We got the 24K Beanie Boppers Octopus. Nature Bean Buddies, your posable pals African collection lion. The original coffee bean. Who knew it had legs, right? This is Windmill Toys, and it's a little kangaroo. Another Beanie Boppers Red Dog. It's a Celebrity Bears by JC Bears. Jumbies. This just says Cha Cha Slide. It kind of feels like it has a box in here, like it was supposed to have made some kind of sound, maybe. Another Full of Beans. Hey, good news, we've got some solds on this one. One sold for a penny and one sold for $1.
Well,
great,
99
great
cents.
news. Oh, 99 cents, so we haven't even hit $1 on solds yet. This is going really well. This is Cozy Hugs. It's kind of cool. It's like a flat tiger. Another 24K without tags. This is a Silly Slammers. It says, drop me, throw me, slam me. It's got a box in it, but it's not doing anything. So chances are this isn't worth anything. And it is kind of dirty too. A little NCI March Bear. Kissy lips on the side. This is another breast cancer one. It just says Arts Toy. This one's kind of dirty though, so it's not very promising. Buddy is waving at you. Did you see that? We've got a Beverly Hills plush. This one is JFK. It's even got JFK's face on the tag right here. It says November 22nd, 1963. This one's Mary Meyer, which is a brand I've actually heard of. Lee's Babies. This one doesn't have a brand, so it's definitely going to be a no-go. This just says Collector's Choice. This is Zangine ink from 1996. The Mary Meyer Frog. This one's Hallmark, so at least a brand we've all heard of. Super Crane plush. This one's Nutrisystem. That's what it says on the back. Kind of strange. Cuddlebit duck. I don't know about you guys. I've done plush for a little while, and a lot of these brands I have never heard of. I don't know how many people are going to be looking for most of these brands. Another Zangine. This one's kind of cute. It looks like it kind of turns into like a, I don't even know, it's got a long nose, so maybe it's not a hedgehog. Porcupine. It's kind of got quills like that. So it's a little bear. And it's Beanie Kids, Australia's Cutest. Another Beanie Boppers. This Kingdom Critters. Full of Beans again. Little mouse. A lot of these seem vintage. This one's 2000 by Plushland. It says Freedom for All. This one's Claritin Syrup. You see it on there. I don't know, again, who might be looking for that. And another Full of Beans. This one's got kind of a cool hard tag on it though, so maybe it's worth something more. A plush. So just curious, if you've heard of any of these brands, let me know. Like, I've not heard of most of these besides like Hallmark and Mary Meyer so far. Ooh, here's one. This one's Aurora. Zangine. This one just says ASI on it. Wildlife Artists. Great American Fun Corp. Got a Tour de Cure bear. Veggie Tales, 1998. That might have some potential. 1999 Planet Plush. Got a Kennedy Space Center Apollo bear. Full of Beans dinosaur. And the same with the giraffe. Hey, this one has potential. This is Lisa Frank. I know that a lot of Lisa Frank is really good, at least like the notebooks and the folders and stuff, so maybe the plush is too. It's definitely vintage. We'll have to look this one up for sure. This is like Muckleshoot Casino, I think is what it says. Curdo toy. But check out this picture. I don't really know what that's supposed to mean when it comes to casinos. Anybody have a guess? Yay! She looked this up for us, this little Lisa Frank one. And this one looks like a keeper. It looks like they're selling 15, 20, 25-ish range, and there's only 4 on eBay. Sorry, we're losing our light, but we've got a One Direction teddy bear. At least I'm pretty sure that's what this 1D is on the bottom. Anybody recognize this guy? So I came back a few days later and I sorted all of those out into, well, 3 different groups, I guess. I've got one group which is, I don't know, maybe 50 of these that were all in decent condition. They're just not really worth anything. These full of beans are done by Avon, and I looked those up and there were a lot of them listed and very few sold, and the ones that did sell were only like $5 or $6. So all of those are in here. There's another one. So yeah, I just thought maybe these ones might be good. Somebody might want those on Facebook or Craigslist maybe to sell at like a flea market maybe. And then we've got this big bag. This is the original bag that they were all in. And these ones all just are ones that might be missing tags, or their music boxes aren't working. They just weren't, you know, completely perfect in my opinion. And so those are all going to be heading to Goodwill. I just figure they're not worth my time to do anything with. Then I got this little stack right here, and this is a stack full of stuff that I thought might be worth it. There is one of these full of beans that I've yet to look up. Wow, sorry for the shadow. But yeah, these are all gonna have to go in a bag and go in the dryer for a little bit, because I'm not taking anything home that's not been in the dryer for a while, to make sure that if there is anything, it's not coming home with me. And when I mean anything, I mean little critters. I'm pretty paranoid of finding or having something be in these plush that's gonna turn around and end up in my house. And I am really trying super hard to avoid that. So then the rest of the stuff that I decided to keep that is washable, because it doesn't have like a store tag on it, I put a lot of it, if it has the plastic eyes, they're all in this pillowcase cover bag that zips up. So they went through the wash and now they're going through the dryer. They say that you need to dry things on high for at least 20 minutes to kill anything that might be on them. So we're definitely doing that. I did throw a couple of plush My Little Ponies in there just to make it so I had more stuff in the load, so it wasn't such a small load. But yeah, I haven't looked those up yet. I did notice on that first day when we came and we looked through that first bag of beanie plush that some of this stuff does kind of have a musty smell. So when I came back today, I opened the bins that I could and I unzipped a lot of these plastic containers in hopes that they'll air out some. I do have the garage door open, and whenever I come over I'll do that, which hopefully will also help lessen some of the smell. And then I also bought this big thing of baking soda at Costco, and I brought some bowls, and when I leave today I'm just gonna fill up those bowls and kind of set them around to hopefully absorb some of the smell so it's not so bad. I am washing everything, so that will also take care of the smell, but yeah, hopefully between those two things I won't have any smells. So while I was waiting for those beanies to wash, I started going through this bin that was full of Star Wars toys. And so far, these right here are all the rejects. These little brown guys. Sorry, I am not really good with Star Wars characters, but they talk and they're not washable and they just have too much fur. I'm not willing to risk it. We've got this green guy, this black guy. I looked a lot of these up, but they were only selling for like $6 a piece, and yeah, just not worth my trouble because I can't wash them. Then these were all in there. These all are washable, so the plan is I'm going to lot these up where I can. Like these three right here are all Hallmark, so I'll put them all together. This guy right here is just super soft, so I think I'm still gonna try and sell him. He almost feels like he could be like a baby stuffed animal toy. We've got these Disney Store Tsum Tsums, and there's 4 of them, so I'll do 2 and 2, and those are definitely gonna go in the wash as well. We have these Star Wars. These ones are done by Gallery, which is like a candy and gifts store or something, maybe. I don't know. That's what it says on the tag. I don't really know where the store is located. You see it on here. But like this one says that it originally came with gumballs. So yeah, I'll put those 3 together. And then I've got these 3 over here. These are all by Northwest, and they're all in good condition. So hopefully, you know, if I lot these up, I can at least sell these lots for $15, $20 and get some money back there. There's also this Star Wars bird guy, but he's kind of dirty. And there were a lot of him, and he just really isn't selling for much, like $8 or $9. So I just don't think he's worth the trouble. And then we started in this bin right here, which was full on the top with puppets. And I think I'm going to be keeping all of these ones over here. I can lot them up. Like this red one isn't on eBay. This one's Melissa and Doug. These ones are all IKEA, so I can definitely lot those up and hopefully get at least 25 for those 4. But I do have a couple of puppets at home that I could possibly lot the other ones with. But they're fairly clean and they'll be easy to wash. And then these guys over here, these ones are also puppets, but this one's Dollar Tree. And I don't actually see this one on there, but I have a hard time imagining somebody's gonna want to pay a lot for something that came from Dollar Tree. And then we've got these 2 guys, which I did look up, but they are pretty matted. They're Oriental Trading Company, which again is a pretty cheap thing. You just never know if they're vintage. Maybe somebody remembers them and wants them again. I don't know. But they didn't look worth it. Then there was this big gorilla who's got a nice size hole between his legs. We've got this, I believe it's a golf club holder. I mean, I guess you could use it as a puppet. But there were only 2 of these on eBay and they were only at $9 and there were no solds, so that's a no-go. And then we have this nice poo pile, I guess. But it has no tags. I can't imagine it's worth the trouble of anything anyways. So that one's also going to be donated. So I just finished going through this little bin with the puppets on top. It looks like in the bottom was mostly Boyds Bears, which, you know, they just don't have a great sell-through rate and they only sell for like $7 or $8 a piece. So I'm not really sure what to do with those. I don't know if anybody would buy them on Craigslist or Facebook if I lotted them together, but I know I have a huge tote of them somewhere in here still, so that's a possibility. I've got this Dakeen cat that has some stains, but I can't really seem to find that one on eBay. We've got this really cool little teddy bear in a bag. This is a Santa hat from the Cheesecake Factory, but unfortunately those really aren't worth anything either, and there's no solds. The same with this Greatest Show. It's adorable. It's got the little baby elephant with it, but they're listed for $15 and no solds. And then we've got this I Love Dubai camel, and there is a sold for a blue one of these, but there's no solds in the pink, so that's a no-go. These are the only possibilities down here. I've got this ugly doll. I can't find this in this size, but the ones that are bigger seem to be doing well, like in the 20s, 30s range. I've got this, I believe it's called Singamajig by Fisher Price. It's like 2010. It's not supposed to have that sassy sticker on it, but when you squeeze its tummy, it like opens its mouth. I guess it has like a sound box. So there's batteries, which of course I would have to take out and try. But it looks like these were selling for about $20. So we will try him. And then we've got this little puppy in this ladybug costume, and it's Lillian Vernon, I believe, is what the costume is marked. I don't see that on the dog. But somebody had the costume listed for $22. So I thought maybe we could give it a try with the little dog inside. But yeah, that's all we found for today. Nothing amazing. I think so far the One Direction bear is probably the best. But yeah, I still have a lot to go through. So you just never know what else we might find, but hopefully there's some amazing treasures in here that are worth a lot. So I hope to see you in the next one as we go through and see if we can find that amazing plush in here.